the quicker you can get new people to an offer, the better.
There's a good opportunity there. That's a buyer's mindset right there.
Email is one of those things that you can literally do for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and never run out of things to do.
Ever wonder how those e-commerce brands you admire do it? How they know just the right message to send to the right people at the right time? Guess what? It's not experience. They have the right data and the right tools. They have Klaviyo. Klaviyo's data-driven marketing automation platform is sophisticated enough to power those legendary campaigns from the brands you admire, but they made it simple, easy, and fast enough for anyone to use. Klaviyo helps brands easily create personalized multi-channel marketing campaigns using your most powerful asset, your customers' data. Klaviyo integrates with all leading e-commerce platforms, helping you use your customer data in real time to send more relevant emails and SMS automations. Plus, building a marketing campaign is drag and drop easy. You can get started with your first campaign in under an hour and easily build from there with Klaviyo's best performing templates. Klaviyo gives you all the power of an enterprise marketing automation platform and none of the complexity, so you can compete with the big guys. No wonder more than 65,000 brands can't get enough. To get started with a free trial of Klaviyo, visit klaviyo.com/uncensored. That's KLAVIYO.com/uncensored. The subscription market is predicted to grow to nearly $500 billion by 2025. As a fast-growing area in commerce, subscriptions hold tremendous opportunity to build a community of customers who share your values. Recharge is the leading subscription management solution helping e-commerce merchants of all sizes launch and scale subscription offerings. Recharge powers the growth for over 15,000 subscription merchants and their communities, turning one-time transactions into long-term customer relationships. Whether you're a direct-to-consumer business or an omni-channel brand, subscriptions strengthen your brand's relationship with your customers and makes it easy for consumers to make repeat purchases. With subscriptions, merchants are able to experience predictable revenue, increased customer loyalty, and higher average order values. Turn transactions into relationships and experience seamless subscription commerce with Recharge. Get started today with the subscriptions payment solution trusted by over 50 million subscribers worldwide by heading over to rechargepayments.com/uncensored.
You're listening to E-Commerce Uncensored with Kevin Manel and Jason Caruso.
Hey everyone, and thank you for joining us on another episode of E-Commerce Uncensored. My name is Kevin Manel, and I'm here with
Jason Caruso.
So Jason, a couple of weeks ago, I actually got an email from Klaviyo, and they gave us, it was a Memorial Day success guide. And I kept the email like unread because I kept knowing that I wanted to kind of go back and review it. And I kind of kept the tab open. I was like, I want to go back and review it. So considering the time, and next week is Memorial Day weekend, which is kind of one of those weekends. It's a pretty big sale weekend, I think, for most companies. So this morning when we're talking about what we should talk about, I thought it would really be great to kind of like just kind of go through this kind of checklist of what to prep, how to prep your email list, how to execute and things like that, so you guys can all be ready for next weekend when you can get a boost in sales.
But Kev, before we get into that, you want
Yes.
people to email us, right?
No, I want people to text us.
Text us.
Yeah.
Text us, yes.
We're going to be talking a lot about email stuff and email platform stuff. And you guys, if you feel like you're going cross-eyed when we're talking about this and you guys need help to get these things accomplished, we have this done for you service that we're offering now. And to learn more about that, you can text the word email to 844-643-0745. And we'll get to know your company a little bit. We'll respond back and we'll see if there's a fit there and see if we can work together.
Yeah, we're already working with somebody.
Yeah, it's been great. And
yeah,
I've been texting back and forth with a few other people. And so we'll see what happens there.
Right.
So anyway, I'm just going to go down the list, Jason, of things. Some of it's like prep work that you can do to make sure that your email platform is ready to go. And then we'll go into like actually executing, and then kind of a little bit of the post Memorial Day stuff you can do.
Cool.
Number one on the list is just like kind of giving your account a general kind of audit. And this is interesting because, and what I mean by that is kind of like making sure the platform is working properly, making sure all your integrations are in place, making sure all your flows are triggering properly, your evergreen flows. Because I think we kind of let them go and we're just like assuming that they're working properly, like our your welcome series, your abandoned carts, your browse abandonment. And I just went through this yesterday. I went into our one company, one partner of ours that we're selling a course with, and I went into the post customer flow, and I realized that people who bought from a webinar that we're offering for an email sign up, they were continuing to get the webinar email flow, trying to get them to buy the course. And it was just because I had like the trigger or the filter on the flow was all messed up. So I just happened to catch that. So things like that, go into your evergreen flows, make sure everything's working properly.
Yeah, I don't know if you picked up on this, but one of our clients yesterday emailed us, or I emailed her and she emailed us back, and she said, "Oh, I just extended the coupon code." So you know, the point I'm trying to make is that like we had some Facebook ads going, and we didn't even know the code expired.
I thought the same exact thing when she said that. I was like, oh my God, that ad's been running for a while now. And now she's just extending it now. I can't imagine, I don't know. I don't even know when I didn't even know it did expire. So
Yeah, well,
that's a good point.
Yeah, they're on like a very interesting platform. So they're on NetSuite, and NetSuite does these weird things, and that's not something we were expecting. But the point is that to check your coupons as well, or if you're using a new coupon for Memorial Day, which I think you should, so that you can track it, make sure that's triggering, make sure that's working. Do that. One thing that people I think don't do enough of, Kev, and that is testing in Incognito rather than testing while you're logged in. Because when you're logged in, if you're using let's say you're using WooCommerce or you're using Shopify or whatever, sometimes those platforms will show you things that the people that aren't logged in, like, in other words, like it'll work for you when you're logged in as an admin, but somebody who isn't logged in and who is not an admin, sometimes those things stop working. So you should check those things in Incognito.
That's a good point too. And like, things that you may do on your website, like pop-ups and things like that, where you're excluding people who are already on your list. So if you're on your browser that you're using and that you're a person that's already on the list, which you should be if you're, running the store, and you go check the website and you're trying to test like a form or something and you see it's not working, it may just because, that trigger on the pop-up is set up to not show to you. So I always open Incognito windows to try to test that kind of stuff. So that's a good point too, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next thing is like the calendar. And this is something back years ago that we never really did. We always kind of like wung it when it came. Wung it? Is it wung it? Winged it?
Winged it? Yeah.
Winged
it? Yeah.
We used to come up to Memorial Day and be like, okay, let's just figure it out when the day comes. But now it's so important to come up with some kind of nice content calendar where you're starting Memorial Day Monday before, and you're running emails every single day, twice a day, or whatever it may be. So you have, even though like along the way, that you may adjust things depending on how things work, but to have that laid out in front of you, I think is so important. Don't you agree, Jason?
I'm not really a calendar guy, so
I saw that. I saw that in your face.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say anything. But the truth is like, it is important. It's just not my thing personally.
Just having it doesn't have to be like set in stone. I know Trinity. Trinity's going to be listening. She's like one that she's like, if we don't hit those dates, we're gonna have problems.
She is
like, wait, don't send that. Well, we have one scheduled for tomorrow. Like, okay, Trinity, it's gonna be fine. Don't worry.
Just move it. Just like change it. Yeah. Which is good though. We need that. So anyway,
absolutely, I love that. That she does that. But to have some kind of structure in place, I think is so important. So how the week or week and a half is going to lay out.
Right.
Let's see. Deliverability. Make sure, and I think this is the big part of this is like your clean list.
Yeah, clean. I was going to just say clean your list. We're working with our client right now on that. Like, she has a gigantic list of 140 something thousand or whatever it is, and I would say 90% of that list is not engaged, they don't buy, they don't click, they don't open. So we're actually segmenting those people away.
Yeah. And some of the prep to that is like, okay, you notice that, half your list is engaged, the other half is not. Maybe you start to lead up to these kind of offer times, Memorial Day, and you try to get them re-engaged.
Well, we're doing that with our business, with the Journal of Wildlife Photography. We're creating, we're starting ads that is going to be, or the ads we're using are bringing in new people for our Memorial Day offer. So
yeah, it's bringing new people in, but it's also, we also have, I'm sending our existing list an email to sign up to another, lead magnet that puts them through another flow to get them back engaged. So I think that's really important, because what good is your list if no one's opening your emails and they're not really engaged?
Right.
See, I'm going to skip through some of these because some of them are more specific, and I think we should stick with general stuff. So reviewing your other channels, making sure that your messaging, your offers and things and are all cleaned up. Your Facebook ads and your Klaviyo and your YouTube and your all those kinds of things are in sync for Memorial Day that's coming up. Right. On-site stuff. This kind of is like what we just talked about, is kind of doing some lead up to build your list up, right? So get people prepared, run some opt-ins that on your site to just keep that list building and get those really engaged people in there ready to go when your offer comes up.
Yeah, this is something that with our golf business, Kevin, that I've noticed is that the quicker you can get new people to an offer, the better.
Yeah.
Right. Like the golf thing is like, the faster I could put that offer in front of them without being intrusive, the better it is. It's like, as people start, the excitement of what you gave them starts wearing off. They start forgetting about who you are. That's when it starts getting a little bit more difficult. Whereas, if you bring in new people and you offering them something quickly, they, depending on how excited they are and how much your product solves their problem, they tend to be a little bit more engaging.
Ever wonder how those e-commerce brands you admire do it? How they know just the right message to send to the right people at the right time? Guess what? It's not experience. They have the right data and the right tools. They have Klaviyo. Klaviyo's data-driven marketing automation platform is sophisticated enough to power those legendary campaigns from the brands you admire, but they made it simple, easy, and fast enough for anyone to use. Klaviyo helps brands easily create personalized multi-channel marketing campaigns using your most powerful asset, your customers' data. Klaviyo integrates with all leading e-commerce platforms, helping you use your customer data in real time to send more relevant emails and SMS automations. Plus, building a marketing campaign is drag and drop easy. You can get started with your first campaign in under an hour and easily build from there with Klaviyo's best performing templates. Klaviyo gives you all the power of an enterprise marketing automation platform and none of the complexity, so you can compete with the big guys. No wonder more than 65,000 brands can't get enough. To get started with a free trial of Klaviyo, visit klaviyo.com/uncensored. That's KLAVIYO.com/uncensored. The subscription market is predicted to grow to nearly $500 billion by 2025. As a fast-growing area in commerce, subscriptions hold tremendous opportunity to build a community of customers who share your values. Recharge is the leading subscription management solution helping e-commerce merchants of all sizes launch and scale subscription offerings. Recharge powers the growth for over 15,000 subscription merchants and their communities, turning one-time transactions into long-term customer relationships. Whether you're a direct-to-consumer business or an omni-channel brand, subscriptions strengthen your brand's relationship with your customers and makes it easy for consumers to make repeat purchases. With subscriptions, merchants are able to experience predictable revenue, increased customer loyalty, and higher average order values. Turn transactions into relationships and experience seamless subscription commerce with Recharge. Get started today with the subscriptions payment solution trusted by over 50 million subscribers worldwide by heading over to rechargepayments.com/uncensored. Yeah, they're fresh. I mean, they came on your list for a reason, right? Because they're looking for something that you have.
Right.
So they're the perfect person to get that offer in front of right away, because they didn't buy when they first met you for whatever reason. Maybe it was the offer, or maybe they didn't have the time. So that's a good point. So now actually like heading into Memorial Day. Oh, one more thing that I didn't want to forget prep wise as far as Memorial Day is kind of, and this is almost the audit kind of situation that I talked about first, is looking back at previous Memorial Day sales and seeing what offers worked really well, what segments you sent to that worked really well, and just kind of reviewing those numbers and seeing, because most likely those same things are going to, work for you again.
Yeah, we do that with the journal. Like instead of like reinventing the wheel, we just take the same offer that worked really well. And sometimes we even use the same creative because there's new people on the list. And they don't remember what they did last year or what we did last year. So yeah, I mean, that's 100%.
I think people get hung up with that too a lot. It's like, oh my God, I just ran that same thing last year. They're not going to, people are going to think weird about that, like that I'm doing the same thing. They're like, they don't care. They don't think about you as much as you think they do.
No, then they don't remember.
Right. No idea. I even like for one of our clients, we reviewed some of the old creative we used. I was like, I don't even remember using that. I was the one that freaking put it in there.
Right. Exactly.
So other things leading into and heading into Memorial Day is updating your flows, updating your abandoned carts and your browse abandonment flows. I'm not talking about like the setup, like we talked about before, making them, maybe freshening them up, putting some Memorial Day creatives in them or something like that, or incorporating your offer into abandoned carts. So it reiterates that offer. When someone comes to your site and abandons their cart, you say, hey, don't forget, we have this Memorial Day sale going on right now, and you can still save on that product, things like that. Scheduling the emails ahead of time is kind of this similar to the calendar stuff that we talked about. Yeah, all right, Jason, you're looking all over the place.
I'm looking at my other screen at this list.
It's like behind your microphone though. You're
I
like,
know. It's like
bobbing and weaving away
because I was over here, but then I'm like, how can I talk if I'm?
Yeah, building those segments and getting those campaigns scheduled ahead of time is real important. Because again, I mean, even Memorial Day weekend is a time where you don't work, right? So you're not going to want to work that much. You're going to want to take some time off. So be able to schedule those things ahead of time is real important.
Well, and that even like reminds me of something that makes it even or it's really important is that people are doing the same thing on their end. They're not working. They're not looking at their email as much. So the importance of sending a lot of emails, like the consistency of emails, the number of emails, because of the timing thing, right? Like everybody is doing their own thing and they're not just sitting waiting for your email to come in. So, like we schedule like almost 2 a day, the morning, the afternoon, the evening, sometimes 3 a day, it depends. Like you gotta give people the chance to see your message, so to speak.
Yeah. Think about yourself. Like, what are you doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Money on Memorial Day weekend?
Sunday money.
Like,
Sunday money.
Sunday money. Got money on my mind, babe.
You do, yeah. Well, because you're looking at a $150,000 pool going in your
God,
backyard.
I don't want to talk about it. We don't talk about pool. We don't talk about Bruno.
No pool. Actually, you should be okay with the pool now. I think everything went good.
Things awesome, and it's going a lot faster, which is causing a lot more stress than I imagine. I wanted it to be quick, but I didn't want it to be this quick.
Well, you don't want them to be asking for money quick.
Yeah, once a week asking for $25,000 checks.
Right. Good thing you borrowed it from me. Good.
Where was I? Oh yeah. So like, think about where you are Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, in the middle of the day. You're outside, you're drinking, you're barbecuing. So maybe it's going to work better in the morning, early morning, and later at night. When people are sitting in front of their TV, or early morning when they're first waking up, looking at their phone. And this is like another thing when you look back at previous years, see what times worked better for your emails and get those scheduled ahead of time. Another thing, it's like the setup of some of these segments, and I didn't even think about this, like setting up a segment of people who bought last Memorial Day. There's a good opportunity there that's a buyer's mindset right there. They bought during Memorial Day. You could say the same thing for Black Friday or any other holiday. Find those buyers that bought at certain times. They have these regular behaviors that they usually follow.
Yeah, the only thing is you got to just know your product, because there are products where people grow out of your product. I mean, we have
Yeah.
a client right now we're working with. She only sells baby clothes up to 2 years old. So if someone is 3 years old, they're not going to need it anymore. But last year their kid was 2 years old. So just be mindful of that. Like, understand your customer. Yeah.
Yeah, and keep an eye on that same same client we're working with. Keep an eye on the your limits. Make sure your platform is going to be able to handle the send that's going to happen over the next week or so. That sale weekend that's going to happen. I had that same warning with this client. We just ran like a huge Mother's Day campaign, and we sent more emails than she's ever sent. So that I was like, oh shit, we got to make sure that we have enough for Memorial Day. So keep an eye on that too. Take a look at your limits and upgrade if you have to. Make sure your coupons are all set up. I think that's pretty much self-explanatory. You said that earlier. Obviously, don't send out a coupon in your email that's not set up. Yeah, I mean, that's most of the things I have on this list. I mean, some of the post Memorial Day stuff is, keep an eye on the performance, and keep an eye on the performance as you go through it. We said keep a calendar, get a calendar set, but that doesn't mean that you can adjust as you see the performance coming in. Change your schedule. If you see one message work better than the other, send more of that, even though you have maybe something scheduled the next day or the next couple days.
Yeah, you can always you can create segments to exclude people so that you're not overlapping them so much. So like if you have different segments of people, exclude some people. Like, okay, right. Like, just so that you're not continually sending to the same people over and over. We like to do like people who haven't opened. Create a segment of those people, send them a different subject line. Maybe the subject line you used before wasn't catching their eye enough. Try a different one. So, I mean, there's a lot of things. Email is one of those things that you can literally do for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and never run out of things to do. I mean, this list talks a lot about like you were talking about before, like segmentation and VIPs and loyalty customers and high engaged segments. I mean, you can give incentives just to these people. Maybe everybody else is getting a 20% off, but maybe you create a segment of people who have purchased multiple times. You say like, hey, look, you're part of our VIP. Everyone else is getting 20%. We're going to give you 50%. Here's a code.
Oh yeah. That's a good one too. Yeah. Early access, give your list early access to the offer too. That's another good one.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is like the amount of money that you can make. I mean, look, think about it. And we talk about this a lot. It's like we send an email, Kevin, with the journal, and it can make $5,000, $3,000, $2,000, right? Think about how long it takes people to make $2,000. Yeah. Right. Think about how long it takes someone to make $5,000. So let's say your emails are only making 1,000. Send 5 of them. There you go. You made $5,000 in a week.
Yeah.
Real simple. Right. And finding different segments and trying to create emails that are specific to them will allow you to send more. So there's so much you could do in email. It never really ends. It's one of those things where like, if you need to make $5,000, okay, you can do it. Right? Like send more emails.
Even as we're talking, I'm like, oh, you could do that. Yeah. Like as we're going through this list, things are just popping up. The more and more things we can do, as the sales, even past the sales and after the sales, and doing things like that.
Yeah. I mean, there is definitely, it's endless, but the things that we spoke about, I mean, this list is actually even more extensive, but we've there's some things in here that are like,
yeah. That's why I kind of like tried to,
So, I mean, it's definitely, and by the way, this is for Memorial Day, but this is really for any day. I mean, right. You can do this for any holiday. You could do this for any event. You can really do this for anything that you're trying to do. So, yeah.
Cool. Once again, guys, if you need help with your email to do things like this that need to be done to grow your revenue from your email provider, text us the word email to 844-643-0745, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together.
Right.
So, as always, you can check us out at ecommerceuncensored.com, and we'll talk to you guys real soon.
Later.
Attention e-commerce founders, entrepreneurs, side hustlers, marketers, and growth hackers. If If you're working around the clock to build your dream e-commerce business, you need an e-commerce marketing platform that works just as hard as you do. That means you need Klaviyo. With Klaviyo, you'll delight customers and drive revenue at the same time. With personalized email and SMS marketing campaigns, you can design and send in minutes. For more, visit klaviyo.com/uncensored. That's KLAVIYO.com/uncensored. The subscription market is predicted to grow to nearly $500 billion in 2025. Recharge is the leading subscription management solution helping e-commerce merchants of all sizes launch and scale their subscription offerings. Over 15,000 merchants use subscriptions powered by Recharge to grow their businesses and their communities by increasing average order value, reducing churn, and providing predictable, recurring revenue. Turn transactions into long-term customer relationships and experience seamless subscription commerce with Recharge. Check them out at rechargepayments.com/uncensored.